Howdy, and welcome back to Celebrating Vintage Model Kits. Going to be kicking off B-29 week or Atomic week or Big Bang week. Take your pick of which one you like the best. We're going to kick it off with this 1944 B-29 kit from Cadet Aeronautics. This is kit S1, and it is in what they call 1/8 scale, which translates to 1/96 scale. Now, Cadet is a company that started during World War II producing solid and flying kits during the war. One of dozens, if not hundreds, of companies that seem to have popped up during the war, producing kits for an insatiable crowd of kids who wanted to build what they saw in the papers and in the newsreels and the movies. And so they earliest that I could find is stuff from 1943. They started out with 4 flying scale models that were all 45-inch wingspan, so roughly about 1/9 to 1/12 scale. Then they went to some solids in 72nd scale in 1944, and that was part of their F series. They made 6 of those, and there was also a box set that you could get of all 6 of those, combined with all the accessories such as glues, dope, hobby knife, things like that. And they also included clear canopies. That's something that Cadet seems to have been doing as well, as they, in addition to selling the kits, they would sell these clear canopies separately. 72nd scale ones would be like 5 cents to get a clear canopy to help with your build, which unfortunately was not included with the regular kits. They expanded their line in 45 from 6 kits to 9. They included a few civilian aircraft, such as Culver Model V, Aeronca, and a Stinson, and they also swapped out one of the kits for an Air Cobra at the time. Then they developed a series of solids in 1/48 scale in 1946, including a series of 5 World War I aircraft, or 6 World War I aircraft, and most of the rest of it was civilian. It's unclear as to exactly how much of those last 46 kits were produced, because there's very, very little imagery of them at all. The other ones, there's quite a bit you can find, but those 46, 48 scale ones, don't seem to be a lot of those out there. And then there was also another series of flying kits in 16th scale. They did a Mustang, a Thunderbolt, and a Hellcat. And then in 46, there was a couple of kits that appear to be old Bird kits. BURD was a company that produced kits, these particular ones in 1941. And it looks like a Cadet got a hold of either finished kits or the dies and plans to be able to produce it themselves. But there was only 2 of those. That was a Stuka in roughly 1/34 scale. It was a 16-inch wingspan kit, and then also an ME-109, which came out to roughly 1/24 scale, and that was also 16-inch. So that's a little history about it. They also reference them being a division of a company called Winner Engineering Corp. The Cadet, it goes by Cadet Aeronautics, and then they also have Cadet Product for Aeronautic Training as a division of Winner. So I think some of that might have just been kind of fluff, because some of the advertising, makes it kind of sound like, hey, this is something that is supposed to be, for helping people, be trained for pre-flight. Some of the verbiage is, pre-flight demonstration apparatus, synthetic training devices, things like that. So I think it's a lot of fluff, a lot of marketing. But once the war was up, these kits kind of disappeared, as a lot of wood kits started shifting to or builders started shifting from wood to plastic. Cadet just didn't last past, it looks like 46. So let's look at the kit itself here. We've got an interesting, looks like a 4-color printed box of, the blue, black, red, and yellow, popping colors. And, of course, then that, these colors get carried over into logos of Revell, Monogram, Lindbergh, because these are really eye-catching colors as, primary colors. B-29, 1/8 scale. Here's our Cadet logo over on the corner up here. On this side here, we've got the Cadet product for aeronautic training. Cadet Aeronautics, Division of Winter Engineering, made in the U.S. And here it's got a Trenton, New Jersey address on it. Although a lot of the other stuff has New York addresses. One of them's like 630 First Avenue, New York. And that's now a townhome building with $1.6 million, 1,300 square foot townhome. So, yeah, that's a little bit of pricey place. So again, Cadet product for aeronautic training. Our end has our kit number. This is the only one in this S series. It's the only thing beyond a single engine aircraft that they seem to have produced. And this end here is similar as well. And we've got typical wartime cardboard, this real cheap cardboard. The bottom is folded. A little bit more sturdy cardboard for the bottom part. Here's our instruction sheet. Now, this is a big instruction sheet, so it's going to be a little hard to show it all to you, so I'm going to have to kind of show it in sections. But it's pretty spectacular. This is worth getting the kit just for this instruction sheet when you see it. I'll try to shoot a picture of it as well separately and include that on the end photos for you guys. But, my area just isn't big enough for this kind of plan, but here we're kind of starting this corner here. So here we've got a 3-view drawing with a couple of photographic images and a really, really nice drawing. Considering this kit was produced in 1944, I mean, it's pretty darn accurate drawings. I was really surprised at how nice these are. And here's the bottom area here. We do have some information about the aircraft itself. Read through this. Some of it doesn't seem completely accurate. A little bit of propaganda in there. A little bit of speculation. But here you can see you got like an inset for the engine. Oops, inset for the engine detail. And down here we've got information on who made the drawings. And again to the 1/8 scale, which is 196. And some more information about Cadet. And then on this end here, fold this over here. This end has an exploded view of the assembly. And then some step-by-step instructions of how to finish carving the kit. And further detailed instructions across the bottom here. So pretty extensive amount of instruction involved. Just put aside here. And then we have, here's the decals. So very limited decals, which is not uncommon for this time period. We do have decal for the whole front windshield area. And your Air Force star and bars, some bomb missions, and some kill markings. Little kind of wax paper cover on it. And then you get a series of these templates for you to be able to carve the aircraft down to, or sand it down to. So these are still relatively intact, so I'm not going to mess around with them too much. And then here we have the parts themselves. This is all balsa wood. So we've got a semi pre-carved fuselage here with a rounded nose. The B-29 is just a cylinder, so it's a pretty simple piece. But we've got cutouts to put your wings in, and then the kick up for the tail, but nothing's tapered here. So it's going to be quite a bit of carving and sanding, towards the rear of the aircraft. Nose is not too bad. So there's that. Here's our horizontal tail surface, just flat piece of wood cut to shape. Here's our wings, same thing, flat piece of wood cut to shape. No airfoil carved into it at all. And the best balsa in the world. There's a lot of chunks missing out of it. During wartime, balsa was a little harder to get, so you got what you got. Here's our other wing. Here's our inset piece. Once the wings are put in there, this would have to get carved down and slid down in there. And then we do have our engine nacelles, which are in blocks. So again, you're going to have to do a lot of carving and sanding to get this into a usable shape. And here's our outer engines. And then here we've got our vertical tail. You have to cut that one out yourself. Again, just a flat piece of wood. Here's our propeller blades. You're going to have to cut those out yourself. And here's some dowels, I'm guessing. This is part to make landing gear or maybe the machine guns. It's a little bit of wire and a stick. Maybe this is for maybe carving in, maybe ailerons or control surfaces. And then we got a little baggie of small parts. And these small parts include wheels and looks like turrets. So there's your main wheels, your nose wheels, and your turrets are just cylinders. So you're going to have to shape those as well. So this is what kids were building during the war, and you can see why plastic kits really became popular, because you got to spend a lot of time to turn this into something semi-decent. This ain't no Strombecker kit here. This is the way a lot of these kits were, especially all the kind of fly-by-night companies that popped up during the war, where you're just basically just getting some plans and some blocks of wood and have at it. So there you go. There is your first in our B-29 week. We're gonna kind of go in a timeline from oldest kit to newest in the series. So this is kicking it off with 1944 and what you would get for a B-29 kit. Well, that's all for today. On our outro here, oops, I'll show you the I'll shoot some pictures of the plans so you can see those a little bit better, and then include some of the other boxings from Cadet, so you can kind of see what some of their other offerings look like. Since there are no other boxings of this kit for you to show off, we'll just look at some other Cadet kits. Well, that's all for this. If you have built one of these, tell us about it. Tell us about your experience with it. If you got one sitting on your shelf, as always, take some pictures, send it in, and we'll put it in our next viewer build video. Well, that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and have yourself a great rest of your day.